silence because of the way the audio works, but apparently we are live. Now, I hope this doesn't notify... It's going to notify people anyway, isn't it? Yeah. I mean, hi guys. Hi DJ. Oh, apparently my stream has orange, even though it's not in ultra low latency. Maybe everything's just rubbish anyway. Welcome everyone. I specifically made sure YouTube wouldn't notify you because I don't really deem this as a very interesting stream, right? But yet, quite incredibly, YouTube doesn't care, and instead it's just kind of decided to notify all of you. So yeah, I don't know why. I didn't ask it to, but it has. So sorry that you're here. I have to be quiet because it's late. It might be earlier for you lot, because I imagine lots of you here because this is a more America-friendly time. But I can't talk loudly, which is why I didn't want to notify you. But just remember, like Ligma, if any of you call it ASMR, you will immediately be timed out. Not taking any of that. Any of that memery. Because it's not ASMR. I have to be close to the microphone for it to be ASMR, and if I was closer to the mic I might be a bit louder, but I don't want to mess up my whole setup. So anyway, hello. I assume you can actually physically hear me? Yeah, you can hear me, that's fine, I just can't talk loudly. Well, I'm sorry if this isn't what you were hoping for, but there's nothing I can do about it because I didn't want YouTube to notify you, but it did. Which is pretty YouTube, to be fair. How can I donate? You can't. I mean, I'm glad you're expressing an interest, because I'm not 18. I am not physically, lawfully allowed super chat. But when I am 18, I will investigate it. Although I don't know how it's going to work, truth be told. Because, I mean, officially, or at least Silent Gnome and stuff like that, I don't think... Oh no, Silent Gnome is in my name. Yeah, that's right, but this channel isn't in my name. So, I don't know how we'd actually get Super Chat to work. I don't know if we could. Cross that bridge when we come to it. I'm not 18 anyway, so it'll be quite a while yet. Of course, they're not going to tell you my birthday, but... Why is me an adult? We'll investigate when the time comes. I mean, it'll probably end up being a huge struggle, and then like months of struggling, and then I'll get it activated. It'll be like super chat stream. And I'm like, no, I'm not donate. I mean, I wouldn't donate to myself. So. Anyway, I thought Regit was like 20 and living alone. Well, I feel alone a lot, but no, I'm not 20. And it's interesting you guys think I was older than that. I mean, I'm glad I bring across some kind of level of maturity. That's good. Don't you mean Patreon? No, I don't. Even Pyrocynical, purveyor of bad content, doesn't believe he deserves a Patreon. I mean, as much as Pyro's videos can be dodgy, he puts a lot more niggly edits into them than I do mine. Mostly because when I do niggly edits and stuff, people literally just don't care. I'm just like, what are you doing, Growing Strange? You are depressed. Well, I mean, that just so happens to be true, actually, medically diagnosed, but just because someone's talking quietly doesn't mean they're depressed, so you should be careful about the sort of things that you say. I love the random mentions in the world movie. Nice. Well, again, I'm sorry that YouTube subjected you to this, but there's nothing I can really do about it. I wanted it to be a card-only thing. I selected a card-only thing, and it's notified all of you in sub boxes, isn't it? So I can give you some background on what I'm doing. I mean, the stream probably explains it, but I'm reaching over my phone currently to watch ads for cat food, and on the phone gathering a bit of treasure and XP on the beginner account because I've recorded a bit of the next episode, but I need some XP. Oh nice. Oh nice. Nice. And then I can upgrade some more stuff. So sort of mid recording. So that's jolly exciting. Ooh. Your Doki Doki video today was hilarious. Well, thank you. I'm glad you think so. I'm going to add that to my nice comments folder. Thank you. I thought you were like 20. How old are you? Well, not quite an adult, basically. I like getting notifications and I get to see some good content. Oh, I'm sorry to disappoint you. Yeah, I mean, I think it'd be nice to notify people of streams. I mean, I don't spam them so much as to notify people of streams would be bad. The problem I would see would be if people were notified of the archives, which I don't want them to be. Because as much as my streaming's got better, I really don't think it's of the value where stream should be notified to people, except for the Lucky Ticket G1, which I intended, because I'm not doing a video on that because I mean it's not worth it. I heard a thing people saying about how YouTube views are actually different from real-time views, and real-time views were better or something. I really hope that's the case, but I'm not going to look at my real-time in case it's not the case. So it's like Schrodinger's real-time views. I just hope what it's showing on my channel is actually a lie. Oh no, is this Regit ASMR start? No, it's not. Guys, hang on just a second. I'm speaking quietly. Hang on, I'm sorry for this. This is ASMR really close to the microphone like that. That's the whole point of it, yeah? This is speaking quietly. There's a difference, right? If you're going to call this anything, I'd prefer you call this lofi Regit to chill or study to. Yeah? Lo-fi Regit beats to study or relax to. But it's not ASMR. Let's call it lo-fi. That 8,000 was my score, not the XP, wasn't it? Yeah. It was exactly awful XP. How'd you get that much cat food? Well, the beginner account from literally not spending any of it. It's like 5 in EST. What time's it in your time? It's 10:30 at night. I guess that makes sense. On the east, I remember on the east of America is 5 hours behind us. On the sort of western America is 8 hours behind us. Spooncast. I like that. Spooncast. It's not a bad idea, but I mean, please in future, these kind of streams are to be known as lo-fi Regit to study or relax to, yeah, not ASMR. Let's mod DJ, because I mean he's a mod on the server that now does exist, so I don't see why it shouldn't be a mod here. What do you play Battle Cats on? Well, the beginner account's on my phone, and the main account is on an iPad, which is one of the few investments I've actually ever made. But I mean, I use it all the time, so I feel like it's a worthwhile investment. Like my only other recent investment was a Wii U, because I can't afford a Switch. Is this a beginner account? It is what you're saying, indeed. What's worth, Fortnite or Roblox? Oh, come on now. I can only speak for Fortnite because I haven't played Roblox. I just have a bad impression of Roblox because it stole my Ballistic Squid's Pokemon Go videos from me. Videos I very much enjoyed. So I'll have to say Fortnite because I've never played Roblox and it'd be unfair. to compare the two, really. So I shouldn't actually answer that question. You sound sleepy, get some sleep. No, I think I'm more sad than sleepy, but I will go to sleep after all this. Can you speak louder? I can't, because it's late at night for me, 10:30, I'm afraid. Are you doing A-levels? I am indeed. I've now actually started year 13, which terrifies me to think. This is, you know, the year of education in which I become an adult. Don't think I'm ready for that. I'm loving the spoilers. Outbreaks coming into the future in 7.4 are, if they are, I'd be well up for that. Absolutely well up for that. That would be brilliant. Best show on YouTube. Why are you quiet? Oh, surely you would have heard me just explaining that. If you come on the stream at exactly the wrong moment, I'm sure someone in chat will let you know. Will you do another Fortnite video stream? I never did a Fortnite video. I'm going to video about Fortnite, having Fortnite in it very deliberately. Because otherwise people say, oh, look how bad you are at it. I mean, I did anyway, but still. Diddly-diddly-dee. Afraid not. I deleted it. I mean, I could play the app. Actually, still have that. But I tried it when they introduced motion controls. I gave it another try, and I still very much do not like it. Let's go back to Monaco briefly. Have you ever considered playing League of Legends? I mean, I saw so many of those League of Legends ads. Hey guys, how here with the League of Legends? You wanna be a crying zombie? There's a champion for that. Hey man! What are you doing? Oh, I'm just doing some drawing. Get that boring stuff out of here. Why don't you play League of Legends? So I now know so much more about League of Legends because of those flipping adverts. But no, I don't think the game really appeals, to be honest. I generally find very few games fun. I mean, even my Donkey Kong Jungle Climber, which I've been reprising of late, is getting difficult now. So I just go back to the levels I find easy and just farm them. It's more fun that way. That's how I feel about it anyway. Actually, very accurate descriptions, XD, good job, Artar. Do you play Minecraft? I do actually. I mean, up until recently, I got a bit annoyed because I tried to make a villager breeder and it didn't work. And I got really impatient. But mining itself is quite therapeutic. Who needs to play the game when he has explained everything for you? Do you ever talk to yourself? Yes, all the time. A stream is just an opportunity for me to talk to myself with people listening in. Right. I'm gonna play Monaco either until we get the superior treasure or the XP reward goes to the same as the other one, and we'll just go back and forth, back and forth. Is Ballaluga good? No idea, I don't have it. What's your thoughts on sixth form? Do you think it's much better than high school? I don't recognise the term high school, to be honest. Secondary school. Yes, definitely better than mine in secondary school. I love to talk about this sort of thing with David and Noddy Puddling and we didn't never go to badminton sesh, but in short, absolutely, yes. I still don't like going outside though. And I still get socially anxious, but it's definitely much better. You know, less bully. I mean, you can look back on that sort of thing now, but I mean, in the there and then, it's like being in such a miserable place. Not very nice. Just Monaco. May I ask how you stream on your phone and have a mic? I have a mic because I just have a microphone. It's a Blue Yeti microphone, non-sponsored. Obviously, no one sponsors me. And I'm streaming on this phone through lots of trial and error and misery, trying to get OBS to work. and slowly and steadily we're getting it to work better and better. Time-consuming tasks for boring days is to get a full beacon, but haste 2 on it efficiency. Yeah, no, I'm kind of about Instaline. I mean, I watch a lot of Hermitcraft, but equally, I've never got a with a skeleton skull. Like, the closest to a beacon I ever got is killing a with a skeleton. Like, I get scared shitless the moment I step into the nether. I mean, I could work on trying to get a beacon and that sort of thing, but I played in peaceful for such a long time because I'm bad at PvP and get scared horrendously by like every single mob in Minecraft. I think I'm the only person who gets scared at Minecraft, but there you go. I do. So yeah, I mean, I could work on it. Emulates game to PC. I mean, I don't think that's quite right, DJ. Not quite right. It's not so much emulated as the screen is shown on OBS. Like I'm not playing it on the computer. I'm playing on my phone. Also, did many people from your previous school go with you? Luckily, absolutely none. I mean, I do have friends, obviously David and Muddy Puddle, but a lot of the people in my old school were complete scumbags. And for one, I'm very glad nobody followed me where I went. Yeah, it's a chance to start afresh. Yeah, creepers, yeah. Who needs PvP when you got prison servers? Muddy Puddle introduced me to a prison server or something. I mean, that was just before we agreed we'd go in for the Overwatch League. Not Overwatch League, Overwatch Open Division, which was a bit of a meme. But, nah. Yeah, Minecraft does scare me a lot. What Luger do you think is the best? Oh, I don't know. It's got to be Nobaluga, surely. That's that mustachio guy. What a guy. Do you have any tips for growing user ranks and getting more XP? Well, actually, yes. That's exactly what I'm doing literally in this stream. Just go through story mode. Stories of Legends good for XP as well, but getting yourself treasure and grinding these levels over and over again, even though you get fewer XP each time, it still gets you a lot of XP and it gets you treasure. 2 birds with 1 stone. Equally XP stages, equally Stories of Legends stages. In the early game, pretty much anything other than normal event stages will get you plenty of XP. Why not go abuse the half energy costs for Stories of Legend? Is it still on? I mean, I saw it was on, but I had no reason to do it on the main account because I'm just absolutely spamming Summer Lesson at the moment. Well, now you say that, we could have a look. Might do that. There's them sidebars behind the phone, which actually has the aspect ratio we want to fill the whole screen. Might not be on. No, it's not on. Nice thought though. And I mean, the good thing about doing the Into the Future stuff for XP is that you don't really need it to be a treasure festival either. I have GCSEs this year. Good luck to you, I say. My one piece of general advice I can best give is be confident. Ayo Regit, do you has a crush? I think I did in the past, but I mean, I've come to realise, and I mean, I kind of realised even then, just didn't want to admit it, that nobody actually wants me. So I've been trying to accept that, and it's really difficult. If someone ever says to you, just accept this, or just think this, or just change your mindset, they're an idiot. It's not something you can just do. But luckily for me, over time, I've sort of managed to slowly but surely care less and less. So now I don't really care. No, I'm getting more used to being alone. Why don't people like Regit? Oh, can I get back to that? Just while we do other things. I don't mind the black past. Yeah, well, I mean, it's not something I choose to be there. It's just how the aspect ratio works, to be fair. But Cobalt made some nice sidebars, and here we are. If Permanence protection in Corico, then how come you hide it? They don't. I don't think they do. Well, they might. I don't know. They said that they'd they said that they put a tag on it or something, which means that they'd be careful to try not to ban it. But I mean, they haven't fixed Growing Strange. Maybe they could be plotting to get rid of me as they speak. So I don't know. Maybe. Anyway, why don't people like Regit? I think there's a lot of people who don't like me because, oh wow, I'm quite far behind the chat. A lot of people don't like me because I have a very strong sense of justice. If I think something wrong, I will say that it is wrong and I will have a go. And come on, you want to go? It's not quite like that, but more of the words. And if someone's, you know, doing something annoying, I will say that I find them annoying. I'm also very sensitive. I don't think that's something people should be criticised for, but you know, that doesn't stop some people criticising me for it. And if I can't do something, you know, it's not necessarily my fault. I mean, it might be, but like, for example, back before there'd be strats that were recommended, I'd be like, I don't think I can do that, I can't do this thing. Then people would be like, oh, Regit's so stubborn, or he's not listening to anyone, or he's so bad, I hate Regit, you know. But it's just the fact that I can't do it. It's not any slight against them, it's just what they've suggested to do I can't personally do. But they just take that to mean I'm some just sort of great big villain who makes people bad at Battle Cats. I don't know. Emulating Battle Cats on PC and playing is actually pretty hard. Got to give Chawsey credit. Yeah, I heard he managed to assign numbers to his slots, which is amazing. But yeah, I can still imagine it's quite difficult. Chawsey's just a perfect human being. Regit represents me. Wait, is that an insult? Every time I see the Idle Heroes ads, I think of you. They are so awful. Either you think of me because you think I'm awful, or it might be my impression of the Idle Heroes ad, where it's like, I am playing Idle Heroes game. My friend is also playing Idle Heroes game. You should play Idle Heroes game, otherwise you'll go to Gulag. Not to Russianly stereotype, I do apologise, but it does come across like that. That ad in particular, some Idle Heroes ads are fine, but that ad is just absolutely awful. But again, if there are any Russians, Polish, Eastern European people or Gulag owners, I do apologise if that was insensitive, because I know how it feels to be offended all the time, so... He's saying, Regit, how do I... Oh, flip. Where even... Oh wow, we're ages behind. Oh wow, sorry guys, I'm really far behind. Regit, how do I join your Discord? Just go to literally any normal video and it's at the bottom of the description. If you are first place during the dojo, why should they hate you? Yeah, I mean, that as well. Personally, I think Lucas did a better job than me, but I mean, I'm not going to say no to winning. Regit for president. See, I'm a politics student, but I never want to actually get into politics. I think I'd be a bad politician. I get offended too easily in politics, a very offensive world. Did you listen to My Chemical Romance? Doesn't ring a bell. What genres of music do you like? Personal favourite, electro swing. Me and DJ like to talk a bit about Peggy Suave and sort of Jamie Berry and stuff like that. Peggy Suave is great sort of electro swing narrative series. I hate that ad, yeah, it's true. Oh flip. See, the problem is I get to the bottom of the scroll and there's still ages to go. 40k sub should have been Kahoot stream. People just insult my Wi-Fi when I do a Kahoot stream. Yeah, I thought so when I was talking about the idol here as well. Well, I'm glad you remembered that, thank you. What about Lithuania? I said Eastern Europe, does that count? I think that counts. I mean, I'm not very good at listing out countries. Do ads work for you? I saw your video about the VPN thing changed in area to America, but it doesn't work for me. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that. They do work at the moment, yeah. I use Windscribe, if that helps. For some reason Windscribe's rubbish on my computer, it doesn't work, but for the mobile devices it works really rather well. You're a great person, so don't let anyone offend you. I mean, thank you, but I mean, it's not that easy to just choose not to be offended. People who say taking offence is a choice are just people who want to cause offence to people without getting any repercussions. You're an inspiration to me. Keep up with your work. Oh, thank you very much. I will add you too to my folder of nice comments. Thank you. I've heard Ireland isn't it bad. That's an interesting idea. Ireland. Maybe after Brexit they'll put it in. You can have an Irish border level. Right, we've caught up with the chat. So, how college, man? I mean, I've only barely just sort of started back, seeing as September, but yeah, much better than secondary school was. Again, I'm sort of socially anxious and don't do well with being around people, and you know, it's better than secondary school was. Let's close that. I'm just going to briefly look at Stories of Legend and see if we can replenish our energy, because we might be able to. That would be fancy. Isn't it great that we can stop being toxic for a few seconds? I know, this chat's been great. So, is DJ having like a suave crisis? I'm pretty sure it's pronounced Peggy Suave, isn't it? Rangers. Why are you so quiet? Oh, you're the same person who asked who is David. I find it really difficult to answer your questions, because they're like questions that I don't have to answer for anyone else. Not, I mean, I'm sorry if that sort of sounds a bit rude, it probably does, but hopefully someone in chat will tell you. And David is a long-term friend. I mean, it's the sort of thing, like, when you don't know who David is, it's very difficult to explain who David is, especially in the Doki Doki series, because it's a running meme, like being a physical Suyori. You are really nice. Oh, thank you. Hey! No. Oh, I thought we had something going there. Oh, that is gutting. So essentially, I haven't actually backed up any decent opportunity for me to replenish my energy anywhere. That is rubbish. That is really rubbish. Okay, back to Into the Future then. We'll just have to sort of stop doing this. It's a shame because I'm enjoying this. Unfortunately, no way to. I mean, I could do a user rank reward, but actually, I could do a user rank reward. I could do a user rank reward. Anyway, let's go back to Spain. I don't think I'm going to make it with the cat food for summer, gals. I'm going to have to go absolutely mad with these ads for cat food. I want to meet Regit one day. Be careful what you wish for. I mean, it's a sort of media industry thing. I'm sort of presenting to you my internet personality, which is a slightly refined. I try to keep it as honest as I can. I mean, the being miserable thing is very true of me wherever I am. But this is a sort of refined version of myself I'm presenting to you through this medium of YouTube. If you were to meet me in real life, you'd probably be very, very disappointed. And also, your eyes would shatter from how ugly I am. David is Regit's BF. I mean, that actually is wrong on 2 levels. But I don't know if David wants me to talk about that. I mean, it's public knowledge and probably fine, but I'd leave David to talk about that. If you make your mic louder without much bother, lower the game's volume, I can definitely do that. That's fine. Unfortunately, the microphone on OBS is at full volume, and if I change the gain, it'll just get all complicated, but game volume I can reduce. Has that been a problem for other people? That'd be annoying if you couldn't hear my lo-fi speech. How do you feel about the Summer's End contest on Twitter and Facebook? Like, I really want a plushie, by all means, but I don't want to spam my Twitter with retweets of Ponos's tweets for it. And the problem is, in like Battlecats hashtags and stuff, Ponos are like almost the only people who tweet in there, and it just looks a bit sad. I feel sorry for Ponos in that respect, even though they haven't changed Growing Strange. If more people tweeted about it, I think it would be better. Why is English so complicated? It is, isn't it? I feel so sorry for people having to learn English. Have you watched Pingu? Oh, of course I've watched Pingu. Oh, flipping Pingu. Love Pingu. Yeah, always used to watch Pingu. His dad would be like... His mum would be like... I don't think they'd be able to do that these days. I mean, that would probably be classed as like unhealthy gender stereotyping. And I say gender in that sense because, well, gender is like an idea of identity, and that's where sort of stereotypes and this sort of men never cry, men are strong, women do housework sort of stereotypes. Don't take that out of context and use that as a clip either, that's rude. Sort of stereotypes come through in ideas of gender identity. Then sex is male or female, it's a different thing. Anyway, media student going off on a tangent. David essentially also is really good at computers and that, and he's also got about 100 jobs because he's just so good at computers, everyone's offering him a job. Meanwhile, here's me getting sponsored by absolutely no one. And yeah, it helps me with computery stuff because I'm awful at computers. So what's the reason behind saving the Rare Cat tickets? So on here, it was because I didn't ever want to use gacha, but I've actually spent some of them in the first part of the recording because I do actually need some gacha. You got it right there, Netsuji. You need to suggest something that can lead into a conversation. Is it better to farm Superman or Hippo cat ticket chance using treasure radars? Oh, I never thought about that. I mean, if you have loads of treasure radars, does the treasure radar work on it though? I don't know. I never thought about that. Snap. You've just like blown my mind. Regit equals king. I mean, nearly. Rex equals king, technically. Regit is a conjugation of a verb, meaning he rules. But you guys have seen my Regit got his name from where video, so you know that. What is gacha? I'm not understanding. Yeah, I mean that's a good explanation there, but in terms of battle cats, it's stuff from a rare cat capsule. So no gacha means no rare cat capsules. There is a school of thought which says that little cats are gacha, but that's also a stupid school of thought. So because you can farm them, and not in the same way that you can't really farm rare cat capsules. I mean, you can over a very long period of time, but yeah. Not using cats you can only get from rare cat capsules, like Jizo or cyberpunk cat, you know, for example. Regit is the best, most real person ever. Oh, thank you. I'm glad I can appear real. That's what I like to do. Oh, I mean, if there are people who think that normal capsules are gacha, oh man, I mean, each to their own, of course, but no. So it's a big no. Favorite cat? Could you play? Sorry, I've just ignored the question, haven't I? I'll have to think about that. Sorry. I do quite like Cyberpunk, to be honest. Could you play Mario Party 8 for a video? Mario Party 8? I know there's Mario Party. Is there Mario Party? Do you mean Mario Kart 8? We recorded some Mario Kart 8 with the lads, but David's misplaced the recording, and I don't know where it is. Also, it's filmed very dodgily. If I ever find it, perhaps, yeah. I don't think I'll replenish my energy. Stream's sort of ambling towards its natural end. I also need to do a bit of summer lesson, probably, before I go to sleep. Mario Party 8 was the one for the Wii U, meant Mario Party, in which case no, I've never played Mario Party. The only Mario game I've ever played is Mario Kart. Wee. Is Ponal's going to put multiplayer mode in? You know, I doubt it. They've got Battle Cat's Pop for that. The incredibly Battle Cat's popular game that it is. A bit like Rangers, best game. That reminds me I should probably check in with Rangers, see how it's doing. I won't subject you to it, don't worry. Regit, when will the next stream be also? Hopefully I can get a sort of video thing, beginner guide out, well, essentially the day after the next beginner account video, I think. The day after next, I'd assume, but I can't guarantee it. Right, how's my Rangers doing? Still on level 227, which does seem to be the furthest one can really get. Yeah, it's getting quite monotonous now. I'm saving up 1,000 cat food to buy the something cat spirit, so that I can prestige starting at level 50, so that I can actually get back to the places where I can prestige more easily. But I also sort of want to get gold cat, so where does that leave me? I don't know, I should probably get a gold cat first. Anyway, I'll see to that some other point. Gotta go, bye Regit and everybody, have a good rest of the stream, thanks, and then probably end it soon anyway. Yeah, thanks. What do you think the next Lucky Ticket G thing will be? To be honest, DJ, I don't care. Like, I do not care about Lucky Ticket Gs. I don't. Do you play Smash Bros at all? Oh, hi Maeve. No. In fact, I had no idea what it was until like I was introduced to it through probably the memes. No, I haven't. Like, of sort of Mario culture, I only know know a little bit more now because of all the like the song remixes. I know almost nothing of it. And the only Mario characters I've played is Mario Kart. And the only other Nintendo game I've played is, well, playing Donkey Kong Jungle Climber. Should stream more Minecraft? Yeah, maybe, perhaps. I'm glad there's some kind of audience for it. I think it's about 3 people, but still, you know. Do you watch ads to get that much cat food? That's what I'm aiming for. And actually, thank you for reminding me. If you hadn't reminded me, I sort of would have been stuck here on Rangers instead of watching ads for cat food, which wouldn't be good. Let's do a bit more of that. Totally check it out if you have the ability to. It's really fun, fairly simple to learn. I will give it a look. I mean, I've been looking for like Wii U games to get, because I'm probably going to have my Wii U for a while because I'm poor. So if I can get like Smash cheap or something. Is communism good? Well, I mean, I'm a politics student, and personally, the idea is nice, but I think given human nature, it will never be achieved. Should I true from Thaumaturge or Jurassic Cat? Oh, I don't know. I feel like Thaumaturge, just because you can get the 100% proc rate, and Catasaurus doesn't have 100% proc rate. Also, Wii U is Wii U. Yeah, no, it is, but it was cheaper than a Switch, and I can't afford a Switch, so there's my reasoning. So Mario Kart 8 is very similar to Deluxe. So. It's going on till midnight, so that's when you get a free ticket and stamp. I like your thinking, but no. I'm going to end relatively soon, I think, after I get to do Spain one more time. Venezuela. I mean, I was following the Socialist Party of Great Britain for a while, and they're like, well, that's not socialism. What they mean is that's not revolutionary socialism. Venezuela has something called democratic socialism. There's a little factoid for you. But they've decided that the definition of socialism they like is the only definition of socialism. And socialism is, well, the way into communism, essentially. Like, what you think as communism, like Russia, was essentially they call it democratic socialism, but it's obviously not democratic because it was a dictatorship, but it falls under democratic socialism, not actually communism, because everybody wasn't equal. It was more kind of fascist dictatorship than communism, which is the whole other end of the political spectrum. But that's politics. Messy world. Exciting world, though. Is capitalism good? Now, personally, I think it's the best method of wealth generation, which means it makes money far better than anything else because people are too lazy for socialism to work. But I think capitalism has a way to go in being made more friendly because it does exploit a lot of people. They say capitalism is inherently exploitative, which it is, but it can be made a lot more friendly. I'm going to go and play League. Out here with the League of Legends. So I'll maybe be back later unless you end the stream. So have a good night, everyone. Love you, Regit. Oh, cheers. And I will probably be ending the stream, so ta-ra. Me, Harry Potter and the Stone Philosopher. I mean, to be fair, I don't take drugs, so I wouldn't be stoned. It would probably be mildly tipsy from alcohol. What do you think about Brexit? Oh, I haven't got long left in the stream. I don't know my opinion on Brexit. Okay, I think it was marketed with a lot of promise, but the fact that both sides of the campaigned on lies and the way Brexit's being handled now, I just want it to be over. I'm personally of the opinion that we should be fully in or fully out, and being half in, half out will just make the situation worse because we'll have to follow the EU's rules, but we won't be able to make as many decisions, and we'll just probably be poorer. So fully remain or fully leave, whichever, just should be one of those. That's how I feel about it. I just want to lie down and watch Inazuma. Yeah, it's nice, isn't it? I might do that. I might actually make myself a cup of tea and watch a bit of Exuma. I don't know that. Anyway, so Brexit equals David Cameron. Well, the story behind that is before the 2015 election, a lot of voters were deciding to go to UKIP because they said they'd take us out of the EU, and there was a lot of anti-EU sentiment. So the Conservatives reluctantly said that they'd do a referendum on the EU if they got into government, which helped the Conservatives to win. UKIP came second in like loads of constituencies, which in our voting system counts for nothing. And therefore David Cameron had to honour that, which isn't a Conservative kind of policy. Conservatives believe in tradition, keeping things the same, i.e. just staying in the EU, so it's really not a Conservative thing, but it was wanted by the electorate. David Cameron thought he could easily win the referendum, i.e. stay in the EU. He'd sent out leaflets at £9 million expense to the taxpayer telling us to vote Remain, and by a narrow majority people voted Leave. David Cameron said he resigned if that happened. He resigned. There was a leadership election. Michael Gove took Boris Johnson at the running, and Theresa May became Prime Minister. Fast forward to her making a snap election to increase her majority. It decreases and she has no majority anymore at all. There's now in what's called a supply and confidence agreement, and that just goes to now. I want to stop in and say hey to all you lovelies. I'll see you all later. Have a delightful evening. Also, Regit, I don't know what the story is, but I hope you feel better. You sound really out of it. Oh no, I'm just being quiet. But thanks. I hope that little political story was good. I mean, it's good for my revision. I'm always happy for you guys to ask political questions, and I'd like you to continue to, even though nobody actually did, and I sort of made it into a question. But yeah, please always do that, because it's a nice revision method, really. Anyway, politics equals Minecraft. What, like, as in they're both better than Fortnite? Yeah, okay. I think that'll do it then. I hope you've enjoyed this little education. You make politics short-term sound interesting, but I know long-term it will bore me, at least make it less interesting. I mean, yeah, it's personal preference. I'm glad I can make it at least somewhat interesting for you. Okay then. I tell you what then, that'll do. I think that'll do, laddie. That'll do very much. I'll see you later. Ta-ra, everybody. Ta-ra.